Hey Jessica, Nick O'Neill here with Leo Digital SEO. So I got this video here for Armour Solutions, and it's just going to be giving 3 pointers on the website and the GMB Google business page. And those 3 points are going to be content, backlinks, and citations. And then I'll show the opportunity of taking these steps for yourself and why it might be so important for the business. So first things first is content. And generally, Google likes to see 1,500 to 2,000 words, and that's dependent on the competition and the number of keywords needed. If you're asking what a keyword is, it's anything someone might type into Google when they're looking for a particular service or product. So, in your content, you can place these keywords throughout to tell Google exactly what terms you want your website found for. So, for an example, we're in the concrete coating right here. A keyword might be concrete coating, Wichita Falls, Texas, or polyura coatings, Wichita Falls, Texas, and epoxy coatings, Texas, Wichita Falls, Texas, and things of that nature, right? So I got the website over here in a word counter just to see where you're standing. You're at 1,131 words, and that actually is not bad at all. You do want to get it up to 1,500 so that Google will consider the site an authority, and then you'll be good off with those as well. We got your top competition, One Day Coding over here, just to see how you stack up against them. We can go ahead and throw them in there as well. And we see they only have 419 words, so you're definitely beating them on that point. The only thing I can think of as to why you would not be beating them out is because of the keywords that we talked about that you want to put in there, right? And so we go over here into a tool that I use called Arabs. It's a tool I use and pay for monthly. There are free tools out there you can use to get more of this information. So let's look at those keywords I was telling you about, right? Just to give you some more examples of what your competition's using. Let's see. So they got One Day Coding, concrete, Wichita Falls right here, right? That would be a keyword. Of course, you wouldn't do one day coding because that's their website, but concrete, Wichita Falls, Texas, that would be a keyword. We see that we have for the volume right here, that's the amount of people searching monthly. The keyword difficulty is from 0 to 100, so it's going to be how hard it is to rank for that so that people will see you for that word, right? And then you got the traffic, and that's how many there's 23 people going to their website just for this word alone out of the 400 searching, and then the position that you're in. So these are some more examples of the keywords that you would be putting in there, right? Concrete coatings, Dallas, they're over there in Dallas because you're close to there as well. That would be a keyword as well, right? And the list goes on and on and on. And so on to my second point that I have for the company, it's going to be backlinks. And a backlink is anywhere you find one website linking to another. Or in this case, it's going to be one website linking back to Armour Solutions right here, right? And so these links act like an endorsement for your website from others. And Google uses this to build trust in your business by seeing others vouching for you. That's other websites vouching for you in that case. The best example I can give for this is it's literally like a popularity contest in Google's eyes to see who has the most websites pointing back to them, right? And so if we go back over here to my tools Arabs, we can see that your website is ranking for just one backlink and one website going back to it and only 5 organic keywords, right? So you definitely want to go ahead and get those backlinks up and get those websites that are referring back to your page up as well. If we look at your top competition, One Day Coding, we can see how many they have as well. And we see that they have 60 backlinks and 19 other websites going back to their website. So they're winning that quote unquote popularity contest that we were talking about, right? I do want to point out that not all links are created equal. It is worth noting to stay relevant to your industry, and local websites will work best for this. If you wanted to take a step further, we say, well, if it's working for One Day Coding, then it should work for you, right? And we see exactly what websites they have their links in that are going back to their websites. And so then we would go into these ones right here, and we would sign up for it, get a link for it going back to your website, so you start winning that popularity contest. However, like I said, not all links are created equal, and this DR right here shows the power from 0 to 100, and that is the power that would be bringing back to your website. It would basically be how important it is in Google's eyes on whether it's a factor or not. So you would go for these bigger ones right here. You wouldn't go for these small ones right here. You don't want to do that. You would go for the bigger ones right here. And so some of these websites right here you would get into, and then once you start to equal out with them, you don't want to just be even. You want to beat them and put more links in, right? And so on to my last point that I have, and that's going to be citation. Look over here, this Google Map Pack section right here. And so a citation is anywhere you find the business name, address, and phone number exactly as it is on the Google business page right here. And so these citations here help you rank in this map pack, which is extremely important for local businesses since we know they can generate huge amounts of revenue, right? So when someone puts an epoxy floor in Wichita Falls, Texas, you want to be in this top right here, which you are right here on number 2. It should not be hard to beat them out right here as well. Citations are included in directories like Yelp, Angie's, Expertise, BBBs, and there's hundreds of others you may have heard of. So social media accounts also are great too. For an example, if you have a Facebook business page, you would put on there Polyamore Solutions, your address, and your number on that Facebook business page, and that would count as one citation, right? And then you have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, you name it. And so once Google, the idea is that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet. And the larger the online presence is, the more Google trusts you, right? And so once Google starts to see you having more of these citations, more than one day coding, then the more likely it is they're going to be to rank you right here. I can almost definitely tell you the reason why one day coding is ranking higher than you is one, they have more reviews, and two, their citations are more abundant than yours right now. So you would want to go ahead and get those citations up, and then you would want to get more 5-star reviews right here as well, right? That backlink part that I was telling you about, that's going to help you rank right here. Win that popularity contest of other websites vouching for your website or pointing back to your websites. That's what's going to win it right here. And as you can see, one day coding is at the top because they, like we saw on Ahrefs, the tool that I use, they do have more backlinks and websites going back to them, right? And so just to recap, once you start to get those citations going, you're getting that. I mean, once you start to get that content going, you got that 1,500 to 2,000 words on your website. You're throwing in those keywords we talked about. Then you're going ahead and you're getting those backlinks. You've got those websites linking back to your website right here. And then, like we talked about as well on the Google Map Pack section, you've got those citations going up. You're getting those reviews going up as well, more than one day coding. Well, once you start to be seen more outgrow your competitors, here's why you might be looking at it and why it might be so worthy. So back on the tools that I have, Eris, right? We got one day's coding here, the top competition. They're getting 72 people to their website off of their online presence alone, right? And that's just off of the things that we just went over. So the numbers are always actually higher. This is just a tool I use, but we don't have Google's exact algorithm. So the numbers are always higher. But let's just take 70 for an example, right? Let's say just 10% of those people call around, let's just say 10, around about 10 people call, and then your team closes out half of those at about 5. So I don't know what your profit margins are right now, but 5 new jobs a month just off of your online presence alone, I would imagine would pocket some pretty good revenue. And there's way more than 42 keywords that you can use alone to start generating more traffic and online leads for yourself. Just want to point that out as well. And so, yeah, Miss Jessica, that's what I do for a living, and I'm creating this video to help you start generating leads online. So, if you do find yourself wanting more to continue scaling, feel free to reach out, and I can help you with some more information, or we can talk about your goals, and I can do a little more research to find out exactly what could be realistic for the business and the goals to reach there. Right? I just asked for a line of feedback on here. I do appreciate you taking the time to look at this video that I made for for the company. And again, yeah, my name is Nick O'Neill. Feel free to reach out to me at my cell phone at 832-728-9003, or just get back to me through email, right? All right, Jessica, you have a blessed day, and I appreciate it again.